All right, Shivam, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
All right, we'll have to turn on our camera and then we can have a discussion. Just a minute. All right, am I visible?
Yes, sir, you're visible.
Right, Shivam. So, hmm, basically, when we talk about data analytics, you are like preparing for getting into data analytics, or you are already into data analytics.
So, data analytics, I was
You are currently working.
working. No, I was working as a data analyst in BMI Technologies Private Limited. In
Okay,
past
okay.
years, I left my job in Feb 24 this year.
All right, all right. So, basically, because you know how the entire data analytics pedagogy looks like. So over there, you would be using SQL at times, you would be using Excel at times, right? So if I talk about an end-to-end project, so how does it start and where does it end?
So, the project starts with the problem statement. Firstly, we have to like state the problem, what we are going to deal with, make a goal, and firstly we have to like prepare a full mock-up that how we are going to approach any problem of the business, and then we have to, according to the problem, according to our roadmap, to our approach, we have to collect the data from different sources. Uh, and after getting the data, then we have to assess the data. What structure does it have? How many features does it have? Uh, what information does it carry? Basically, we have to do the data mining part. And after doing the data mining part, we have to do the data profiling part, where we, after basic assessment, we basically profile the data and we dig in the data and segment it according to our needs. Then we process it, where we deal with the imputation, deal with duplicate data, deal with missing data, and after that, we do the labeling part where we label the data, whether it is curable, messy, dirty. Whether we have to go for the complete case analysis in which we just remove the missing values, or we have to go for any particular input technique, univariate techniques like mean, mode, median imputation, or arbitrary imputation. Or if we have to go for like multivariate imputation, like mice and KNN. Uh, then after that, after like pre-processing the data, dealing with all the duplicates and outliers, we have to uh, we have to like do the EDA part, where we basically explore the data and find trends over it.
So
And
for EDA,
for
what
that,
are you doing exactly?
for EDA, we can use different tools. Like if the data is smaller and we can use then we can use Excel, or for the medium sized data and even the large size data, we can use Power BI. And if the data is in some format that we are comfortable in only Python, then we can use different libraries like Matplotlib and CO. After doing the exploratory data analysis, we will provide the data to the next team, where we will do the feature engineering part. In feature engineering, we will basically do the several steps, like uh, we will deal with the categorical data, we will scale the data to using some techniques like either standardization, normalization, uh, min-max scalar techniques, or then we will do the encoding part, where we will encode the basically it's an iterative process. The whole feature engineering part is an iterative process. So it's not like you have to do one part and then you have to move to the other. The process, all the process goes not in very any predefined manner. Basically, you do one part, then you look at your data, and if you feel like doing anything, for example, you don't really need to use the uh, scaling part in decision trees if you're dealing with a model. having decision trees or random forest, you don't really need to scale the data because it doesn't make any difference in your model performance. So in that part, the changing part, we basically like scale the data. We apply different transformations if it is required, like load transformation, box transformation. After doing the feature engineering part, we provide the data to our model building team and the team who is building the pre-model dashboards over it. So for that, for dashboarding, we can use Power BI or Tableau like tools. And for the model building part, we can use Python. We can use different libraries like scikit-learn and SciPy. I mean, there are many depending on the type of model that we are building. If we are dealing with machine learning, we can use these, and if we are dealing with deep learning, then we can use libraries like TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch. I mean, there are many.
Got it, got it. So because you have been mentioning about regression techniques, classification techniques, right? And then a very crucial aspect of data analytics is statistics as well. Statistical analysis. We do hypothesis is very important as we know.
Yeah,
So in hypothesis, when we do the validation, there comes different type of tests. For example, you have Z test, you have T test, and OVA is there, right? So one fundamental question we have that where should we use Z test? Where should we use T test? Where do we
sure.
differ?
So for that, we have to look at the number of samples. The thumb rule says that when the number of samples are less than 30, then we can go for the t-test. And if the number of samples is greater than 30, you can go for the test.
All right. So when we encounter overfitting in data, especially in regression cases, so what techniques can we incorporate? Overfitting, how to deal with overfitting?
Yeah, after overfitting what you said, actually your voice missed the.
Now I'm properly audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying that in overfitting, in regression techniques, when we encounter overfitting, there are certain techniques that we can use to like wipe out the effect of overfitting. So what are those techniques?
Uh, we can we like as the data part we can use different transformations to like standardize the data uh,
Okay.
and uh, uh,
Regularization we can perform.
uh, regularization we can perform. We can also do the cross validation technique. We can also like move back and go to our feature selection part where we selected the features and identify
What are the different types of cross-validation techniques that you know?
for cross validation. We have like k-fold cross validation and we have leave one out cross validation.
That is not used anymore.
Yeah,
Anything else?
k-fold I remember.
Okay. All right. So that is fine. And let's say if we talk about this same um, machine learning and stuff. Acha, you are well aware of Python as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. So in Python, especially object-oriented programming in Python, we have something called encapsulation.
yeah.
What is encapsulation?
So basically, encapsulation is where you like encapsulate a module inside, and you don't want to show it to the to any other uh, person
You
who's
make
working
the
on.
methods private. That is what you're trying to say here.
So
You are trying to make the methods private.
yeah, like we bundle the data attributes method function that operate
Mhm.
on the data within a single unit.
Right. And let's say you are making things private, that is fine. But if at all, let's say there is a parameter that you want others to have a look at or you want others to modify. So what techniques can we use there?
We can use the set and get method in which we basically like
Very nice.
getter and
Very
setter
nice.
method we can use.
All right, very nice. So that is fine. Acha, are you aware of deep learning as well?
A little bit.
A little bit as in?
As in, like, I have worked on two projects, one regarding computer vision and one regarding NLP, but I'm not very confident with it, but I can try.
Okay, okay. So I'll not go very deep into it because it might not be very relevant for your job profile. But yes, because you have mentioned about NLP, can you tell me the difference between stemming and lemmatization? Simple question.
Sure. Can I take a minute to think about it?
The same question can be reframed as, instead of saying what is the difference between stemming and lemmatization, they can even ask you, what should we prefer more, stemming or lemmatization, and why? Same question, different way of expressing. Answer would be same.
Uh, Stemming is a rule-based heuristic process that basically chops off the ends of the words to remove suffix and prefixes, and it basically aims to reduce the words to their stem or root form. Uh, lemmatization, lemmatization is more sophisticated process that involves basically identifying the base or dictionary form of words by considering their morphological analysis and POS tagging, parts of speech tagging.
So what do you think? Lemmatization would take more time for processing or stemming would take more time?
Lemmatization.
Lemmatization. Okay, right.
But it
Fine.
would also make sense to use in a, you know, for the betterment of our, because in
Okay, fair enough.
our, yeah.
And let's say, because again, we'll not go very deep into it, but let's say if we talk about CNN, in deep learning, we talk about CNN, there is something called padding. What is the meaning of padding?
Padding is it related to computer vision?
Not exactly.
Yeah. Uh, I remember padding as a technique in computer vision where we basically like summarize or add the pixels values around the edge of an image before performing any formulation operation.
Almost correct. You are basically going to draw a boundary around the image so that there is no loss of information. Basically, you like denote zeros in those places so that there is no loss of information. And even if something gets chopped off, it's completely fine. Your main intact image should be, as it is. So that's right. That is fine. Fair enough. Now, one more question we'll have, and then we can wind up. Let's say uh, in SQL, we talk about different types of join, right? So there is a join called union join. What is it? And how do we achieve union?
Union as a function, as in function, the function union and
And
union of you're asking
the
about.
way we have the union symbol.
The union is a concatenation function in SQL where we basically like if you want to concatenate data from different tables, we can use union. And if we want the values to be repeat, then we can use union. And if we don't want the values to repeat, we want the distinct value, we can use the union. Sorry, the other way around. We can use the union for duplicate values to repeat and distinct values for you.
All right, all right. Just one more question. I just got that in mind. So, um, how should we frame this? All right. So I'll show you an image. All
Okay.
right. I'll show you an image, and you can tell me that what processes can we incorporate when it comes to the backend coding of that kind of uh, interface. Just give me a minute. All right, I don't find any relevant image. Let me like frame the question like verbally. Let's say you go to the website of HDFC Bank for that matter. Okay. In the account section, there is a tab called account. You'll click on account, and HDFC offers you different types of account. Account is one heading. Within account, there are different types of account. For example, you have savings account, you have current account, you have demat account for that matter, right? Different types of accounts are there. So you being a developer, how would you take this, picture into consideration? And if I say that you are supposed to develop a very low level architecture, don't have to go into the technicalities of it, but using object oriented programming, using the concept of class and object, how can you create a dummy of that situation where you have account, you have savings account, current account? What all can you incorporate?
So basically, I'll make a class where we will have the information about any individual, and then for any type of account, we can create separate classes, and basically and make that class interact with the main class, which is holding
How do you
the.
do it?
Uh, we can create relationships between them, like
What is the term used? Okay, I'll help you here, but you will have to answer another question related. Okay,
sure.
the concept is
I know that I
inheritance.
know it's like hierarchical and the hybrid and different.
Inheritance.
Yeah, inheritance. Okay, I'm very sorry.
Okay, I helped you this time. Now you help me with another
Sure,
question.
sure,
Okay,
sure.
inheritance is the concept that you will use.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
tell me what type of inheritance you will use.
Uh, sure.
There are different types: multi-level, single,
Yeah, yeah,
hybrid.
multi-level, single, hierarchical.
There's something called multiple also.
Yeah.
Try to picturize this.
Yeah, yeah,
You have a parent class account.
yeah. I don't.
There is another class that is called savings account. Savings account is a child of parent class that is account.
Yeah,
Another child is, you can say, within savings account you can have, or simple, let's keep savings account and account. Savings account is the child, account is the parent. You are inheriting the properties from parent, like balance, account number, stuff like that. So what kind of inheritance it
hierarchical.
is?
This flow is hierarchical, but I think we might have to use multi-level. I mean, we can go for hierarchical according to this scenario, but in a more complex scenario, I would say we might need multi-level inheritance.
Correct, correct. Similar use case can you think of where you can use multi-level inheritance?
Be it any website, like if we can take example of any e-commerce website. So if you take example of Amazon, let's say, or Netflix, uh,
Mhm.
let's take Netflix example. So Netflix is basically you have all the functions made up there. Then you have different users that you can access to a single basically account, and no user can access to the some private settings of other users like playlist and stuff like that. So that is hierarchical.
All right. I got some really fair ideas, Shivam. It was good talking to you. Any doubts if you have, you can ask me.
Uh, can you like tell me a bit about the role that I'm interviewing for?
It would be like similar to the previous job role. Like it would be similar to data analytics, but yes, because you are well aware of machine learning, and I was like told to examine you on machine learning as well. So because you are quite well versed with machine learning, so obviously this is going to add, like this is going to act as an added advantage, because last month itself I myself did a hiring for my company for a data analyst job role, and over there also they asked questions from regression and classification. So nowadays the market has become slightly competitive, and even for data analysts they are asking questions from data science. Like regression ideally is a core concept of data science, but still they are incorporating it into data analytics as well. So yeah, profile would be something similar. But yes, the good part is because you are aware of machine learning, it's possible that whatever package you would have, that would be better than the previous one. I would recommend, if possible, because how many years of experience you have?
3 years.
3 years of experience. You can, as of now, get into the job that sir has recommended you for. I would recommend parallelly try to, because you are aware of NLP, you are aware of computer vision. So why not complete that? Finish it off, learn everything, solidify everything. And because 3 years of experience you have, it would be very easy for you to make a career transition into data science. And obviously, over there, you yourself understand you are going to get comparatively very high package. Yeah. So that is something which I would suggest. And as of now, like the recommendations which we have, two, three recommendations we have, we can like I'm pretty sure that you will be able to sail through. So we'll be recommending it to you, and then that can help. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your
All
time.
right. Thank you, Shiva.